Right now, in a drawer somewhere in your house, there's a dead phone. You're not alone. There are an estimated 1.5 billion of them, sitting and used in homes around the world, right now, today. Some of them still work. Most never will again. But billions more don't sit in drawers. They travel. Thousands of miles, across oceans, on cargo ships and cargo planes, into the hands of people you will never meet, to die a second time. Nobody plans this journey. Nobody advertises it. And almost nobody ever watches it happen. This is the graveyard of old phones. The world throws away more electronics every year than almost any other kind of waste. In 2022 alone, humanity generated over 62 billion kilograms of it. By 2030, that number is expected to climb even higher. A large share of it ends up in places like Agbogbloshie in Accra, Ghana, once one of the largest informal e-waste sites on the planet, processing an estimated 15,000 tons of discarded phones, computers, and cables every single year. Here's the part most people get wrong. It's easy to assume this is simply richer countries dumping their trash on poorer ones. The truth is messier. The United Nations has found that a large majority of the e-waste burned at sites like this is actually generated locally in West Africa itself. A side effect of second-hand electronics markets, not just foreign dumping. Either way, the method of recycling is brutally simple. Workers, many of them young men, some still teenagers, burn cables and open fires to melt away the plastic and expose the copper wire underneath. It's the fastest way to get paid. It is also one of the most toxic jobs on Earth. The smoke contains lead, mercury, and other heavy metals. Studies on workers at these sites have found dangerously high levels of lead in their blood, a poison that doesn't just endanger the workers, but the children who grow up playing in the soil around them. But the story of your phone's hidden cost doesn't start when it dies. It starts before it's even born. Inside every smartphone battery is a mineral called cobalt, the ingredient that makes lithium-ion batteries hold a charge. More than half of the entire world's cobalt supply comes from one country, the Democratic Republic of Congo. Roughly 1/5 of that cobalt is dug out by hand, by informal miners working without machinery, without safety equipment, sometimes in tunnels they've carved themselves. The U.S. Department of Labor estimates that around 40,000 children work in these mines, some reportedly as young as 6 or 7 years old. Investigations by Amnesty International and the Washington Post traced this cobalt through a chain of traders and processors, all the way into batteries used by some of the biggest technology brands in the world. Miners interviewed described 12-hour shifts for as little as $1 or $2 a day. So by the time a phone reaches a store shelf, gleaming, sealed in plastic, advertised as the future, it may have already lived an entire hidden life. Pulled from the earth by a child's hands in Congo. Assembled in a factory. Sold. Used for 2, maybe 3 years. Replaced. Discarded. And shipped back out to a scrapyard to be burned by another set of hands on the other side of the world. The circle closes exactly where it began, with people who will never own the device they helped create. None of this is hidden because it's secret. It's hidden because it's inconvenient, tucked behind a supply chain most of us will never see, on a route most of us will never travel. And the pace isn't slowing down. Every year, the world produces more electronic waste than the year before. Every year, more people gain access to a smartphone for the first time. And every year, more old ones are quietly retired to drawers or shipped away. There are people trying to close the loop, recycling programs, right to repair movements Companies designing phones meant to be taken apart and fixed instead of thrown away. It's not a lost cause, but right now it's still the exception, not the rule. Your phone will die twice. Once, when you put it in a drawer and forget about it. And once more, somewhere far away, in the hands of someone whose name you will never know. We call it upgrading. Somewhere else, they call it Tuesday.